Hey guys, it's your girl Nick. So, what's going on? I hope everybody, if you're in the DFW Metroplex, that you are um warm, safe, dry, uh, and just chilling right now. Like this weather has been crazy. So, but we all know when you are in Dallas, when you are in Texas, weather can change at the drop of a hat. So anything is possible. I hope you guys are having a good week. I have been the queen and I have been stuck in the house since Friday. We have not been out the house. We did our errands on Friday. We did everything we needed to do, and we have been in the house ever since. Um, Work called and decided that we were working remotely, so I've been working from home Monday, Tuesday, and today. The office will be open tomorrow, so um, I still haven't been outside. So depending on what the streets look like when I wake up, I may still be working from home tomorrow, but we shall see. But anyway, I hope you guys are staying warm. Hope everything is good. Um, Thank you for your prayers. Pat is feeling much better. He's still a bit under the weather. So just keep praying for him. Um, and we're gonna get into this. So this month we've been talking about goal setting your 2026, and we've been talking about the things you need to do to put in place to make sure you have a great 2026. Part of that is kind of defining what your priorities are for the year. And when you do that, you need to make those things plain and obtainable and objective and sustainable. You need to make those things that you can actually achieve. So one of the things we had talked about was how you define what you want. You use the method. You make your goals specific, you make them measurable, you make them achievable, you make them relevant, and you give them a deadline. So no open-ended goals in 2026, no open-ended anything. When you do stuff open-ended and you don't give it a time frame, you're subject not to reach those goals. We've also been talking about things to use to help you, and I recommended this wonderful planner. So the Clever Fox Pro Date. The Clever Fox Pro Date is what I use. Um, it has hourly, weekly, and yearly and monthly. You set your goals every 90 days, but then you get really specific with your goals during the month and each week. So, again, this is the Clever Fox Pro Dated Hourly, Weekly Planner for 26 through 27. And I got it on Amazon. And then a lot of people are asking, what does a devotional have to do with goal setting? Well, I just wanted to give y'all something to keep you grounded. So the devotional that I started this year was Jesus Calling. You can get that on Amazon too. So that just to me just keeps you focused, keeps you grounded, keeps everything in line and together, keeps me in a line with everything that I'm trying to do. So not necessarily something that you want to do, you don't have to, but people were asking me what I started my year out with, and so I started my year out with my Clever Fox planner and my Jesus Calling devotional. And the devotional is a daily devotional. So, yeah. So, goal setting. Make your goals plain. Um, Smart method. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Give it a deadline. Um, what else can I tell you? Write down your goals. Set 90-day goals. Create your action plan and visualize the outcome. The reason this is so important as you start your 2026 is because things come up and things change, and you want to be able to achieve the things that you've been thinking about, the things you've been planning to do, and you want to be able to get those things done effectively, efficiently, and you want to feel like you're doing what you had planned to do. But also you want to make sure that you give yourself grace and flexibility, because life happens, things change, situations arise. But if you have your things outlined and you make them plain, there are all kind of ways you can outline your goals and keep yourself together. You can write them out in your calendar. You can map them out on your vision boards. You can use different kind of other diagrams, mind maps, to keep you set on your goals. And we've talked about all of that this month, all month really. And so just again, wanted to make sure that you remember to keep your goals smart. Um, be specific, let them be measurable, let them be achievable, let them be relevant, which means they align with your values and the things that you are working toward. And make sure that they are time bound, they have a deadline. So you want to have smart goals. You want to write them down. When you write them down, it makes them stick and it makes you become more accountable to yourself for your goals. Set 90-day goals. So think about it in terms of every 90 days, you're going to do XYZ to meet your big goals. And then you'll have your smaller goals that will keep you on track to your overall goals. Create your action plan as you're writing them out, as you're making your 90-day goals. Start creating your action plan as to how you're going to achieve the things you want to achieve. So I think last week we talked about the example of losing weight. So when you decide that you're going to lose weight, the first thing you do is say, okay, I'm going to lose weight. Then you write down that, okay, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to lose how many pounds for the year. So if you have 100 pounds that you want to reach in a year, then every 90 days you would set, okay, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in the next 90 days, or I'm going to lose this in the next 90 days. So your 90-day goal would be everything you need to do to reach meeting 30-pound weight loss in 90 days. So that's roughly 10 pounds per month. So 30 days, 10 pounds, the next 30 days, 10 pounds, next 30 days, 10 pounds. So that's 30 pounds in 90 days. And then you create your action plan. So what are the things you're going to do to ensure that you lose the 10 pounds every 30 days? So your action plan could be, I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to, after I do my devotional time, I'm going to devote an hour at the gym. I'm going to meal prep breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm going to even meal prep my snacks. So I'm going to eat at specific times. I'm not going to eat past 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to increase my water intake. And then I'm going to log. So I'm going to go on my Fitbit app or my Google Health app or my whatever app you're using, my Samsung Health app. And I'm going to log my food. I'm going to set my alarms to drink my water. I'm going to log my water. I'm going to set my times to go to the gym. I'm going to log my workouts. So that's creating my action plan. Then I'm going to visualize the outcome. So what happens when I've lost the 10 pounds each of those 3 months? What happens? Okay, I'm going to look better. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to maybe I'm going to treat myself to a brand new dress or a pair of new shoes or another pair of jeans or something. So I'm going to reward myself because now I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, it's taking hold, and then I'm going to get ready for my next 90 days. So that's what we're talking about when we're saying make it specific, make it measurable, make it achievable, make it relevant, make it time bound, write it down, plan out every 90 days. Get your action plan together and visualize what your outcome is. So that's just kind of what we've been talking about this month. So, to take it a little further, I got a question about how did I get all of these scripture references? Why am I tying everything back to my devotional? So, even in the Bible, it talks about where there is no vision, people perish. Um, that's in Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So even in biblical days, they wrote down their goals, they wrote down their dreams, they wrote down their visions. It makes it more attainable, it makes it more actionable, it keeps you accountable to the things that you said that you were going to do. Habakkuk 2 and 2, it says, "And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and engrave it so plainly upon the tablets that everyone who passes may be able to read it as he hastens by." So again, it's very important that you write your visions, make them plain. Don't have convoluted see, I can't even talk tonight. Not convoluted. No more convoluted goals. Make them plain. I want to lose 100 pounds by the end of 2026. So by December 31st, I want to be 100 pounds lighter. In the next 90 days, so from January, February, and March, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. So that's 10 pounds in January, 10 pounds in February, 10 pounds in March. I'm going to lose 30 pounds in the next 90 days. That is specific. How am I going to do that? I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I'm going to get that 30-minute cardio. I'm going to get that 30-minute circuit training. I'm going to get it in. And I'm going to do that 3 days a week. So I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 in the morning to 7 in the morning. I'm going to get my workout in 3 days a week. I'm going to actually log my food intake. So I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to write down the food that I intake because that further keeps me accountable to the goals. I'm writing it down. It's plain and I'm putting it where I can see it. It's in my phone. It's on my wall so I can see it. I'm making it plain. I'm making it plain. It's guys, we have to get past this thing about not being accountable to ourselves, not holding ourselves accountable. We have to be accountable for the things that we want to achieve. So, again, you have keep your goals smart. You want to write them down. You want to write down your goals. You want to set 90-day goals. You want to create your action plan. And you want to visualize your outcome. It's important, guys. Keep yourself on the track to make your goals. So, how that ties into tonight's topic is, what did you decide? How do you make your goals happen? You make the decision to move forward. You make the decision to move forward. Visualize. You make the decision to move forward, and then you do it. But first, it's a good thing that we set our goals. It's good to set your goals. it's good to have things that you need to do. It's good to set the goals. It's good to keep yourself accountable. It's good to be on track. I'm sending you guys notes as I'm talking. I'm sorry for the pauses. It's good to be on track. It's good to have accountability. And if you want to give yourself some more accountability, have an accountability partner. Who's that person who knows what you're trying to achieve, that's going to hold you accountable for the things that you're doing so you can reach your goal? Um, have an accountability partner. I can't type now. Okay. I have several people that keep me on track, including the queen. She'll tell me in a minute. She over here smiling at me, y'all. She'll tell me in a minute, hey, what you doing? Uh, I have some cousins that will call me to the carpet. I have accountability. I have some girlfriends that will call me to the carpet. You have to have people that can pull your coat when you're not on track. Accountability. Um, you know, pull the coattails. Let them tell you, hey, and don't be mad about it. Like, um, hey Stephanie, hey Dawn. Um, Stephanie said hello, mommy. She's waving, Steph. She said, hey. You have to have accountability, and so when you're moving toward your goals, you have to decide to take action. You have to make a decision, a conscious decision to take action, to move forward, to do things. And I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna give y'all some more scriptures, because everybody keep asking me, why do you tie this back to the scriptures? Because it keeps us accountable, it keeps us in alignment. um and so I'm gonna tie it back to the scriptures again. Even in the Bible, um they had accountability, um and they had to make decisions to move. And when you make the decision to move forward, you're saying that you're not just relying on your own skills, your own abilities, but you're activating your faith. So you want to pray for guidance. James 1 and 5, you want to seek godly counsel, wise counsel. Proverbs 11:14, you want to evaluate motives. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Proverbs 16 and 2. And then you want to act with courage once you decide that you're going to take action. We not, we not milly mouth, and we have things that we need to do, and we need to put things in action, and we need to be not we don't need to be afraid when we make those moves. And so you have to remember that all of this goes in line with you setting your goals for your 2026. You set the goal. So now that you set the goal, what are you going to do? How are you going to move? How does that, what does that look like? And where did those goals even come from? When you were sitting down and you were meditating and you were praying and you were asking God to give you favor and asking him to give you a plan and asking him what your purpose was, he downloaded into your spirit what that was. That's where those goals are coming from. You didn't just pull those goals out of thin air. They were put in you because there is something that he has for you to do. So when you're praying, you have to be still enough to listen. And you already listened because you've got your goals and you wrote them down. And he put those goals in you. He put those things in you. And so then when you're praying about the things that you're asking God to do for you, or you're praying about God to move in a certain direction in your life, or you're praying about some door to open, Those are all parts of your goals. And once you wrote that down, now you have to do the action to move forward on those goals. So when we tell you seek godly counsel, if something goes awry, if something happens, where do you turn? You pray again. And God puts people in your lives to hold you accountable, to help you with the tools that you need to sustain the things that you're trying to achieve. God puts those people in your path. So if something is going awry, that's why we were telling you guys last month why it's so important for you to have godly counsel or seek counseling when you're going through things. Have friends that can pull your coattail when things are not going your way. Those are all godly counsel, wise counsel, people who can help you in your times of need, people who can help you achieve the things that you're trying to achieve. Do you have godparents? Do you have godly friends? Do you have parents that you can turn to? Do you have friends, family? Who is it that you can turn to when your back is against the wall and you're trying to do things and you set your goals for 2026 and godly, I just lost my job? What happens? You set your goals for 2026. I'm going to get that house. I lost a job. So how am I going to get the house if I lost a job? Who is the person that tells you, hey, we're going to sit down, we're going to pray about this, we're going to come up with a plan, God is going to open doors, and then you activate your faith and say, okay, what am I, how is this going to, how do I move forward? How do I do this? I keep trying to tell you guys, my 2025 look nothing like my plans for 2025. The queen can tell you that. My circle can tell you that. My family can tell you my 2025 was crazy, especially from June until the end of the year. It was crazy. But at the end of the day, I still kept achieving the things that I said I was going to achieve. Some of them got pushed back because of, the things that happened in 2025 that made a few things a little bit more challenging, but I still had my plan. I still was working the plan. I still had people that were keeping me sane. And when I say that, I mean they were praying for me. So I didn't get all lost in depression. I didn't get all blue. I didn't get where I couldn't get out. Things were hard. I didn't know how to move and maneuver, but I still was able to, get another job, secure some other things for me and the queen. And it still happened even without a hitch. Why? Because I had godly counsel. I had people praying for me. I had people advising me. I had people directing my path when I didn't know where to go. I had people answering questions because some of the stuff that I experienced in 2025, I never had experienced the day before in my life. Wouldn't even know how to. I have some skills in that area, but I didn't know how to maneuver. I didn't know who I needed to call. I didn't know anything. And so this is why people keep asking me, why do you tie it back to your faith? This is why. Because when you understand that even though the trials come, when you understand hard times are going to come, when you understand even though I've written my goals and I've made them plain, when you understand things happen, you still have to have that community that will pray for you, that community that will encourage you, support you, lift you up. And that's all a form of godly counsel. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Keep people around you that pray for you, uplift you, support you, encourage you. It is all wise counsel. Yes, Tam, we can do hard things. We can do hard things anytime they arise, with as long as you have the proper people, the proper team around you. Align yourself with people who are like-minded, with people who know how to pray you through, support you through, encourage you through, guide you through. The reason some of you are paired with people is because you have skills that will enhance them and they have skills that will enhance you. That is not to say you're using people just for their skill sets, but the Lord has a way of bringing people into your life that serve a purpose. We always talk about reason, season, or lifetime. I have lifetime friends that I have made, and it's because we recognize things in each other. We help each other. We hold each other accountable. We challenge each other when we need to be challenged. We support each other. We encourage each other. We if one of us is down, we all jumping in and making sure our sister is good or our brother is good. We don't let each other walk through this life by ourselves. It's too much going on out here for you to think that you are by yourself. All of this goes back to you make a decision to follow your goals, to set your goals, to achieve your dreams. You still have to make a decision. But part of you making that decision is surrounding yourself with the godly counsel and the right people to help you do those hard things when they get hard. We got each other. Yes, always and forever, Tam. You are stuck with me until the wheels fall off. Guys, I just, that's right, Stephanie. Mustard seed faith. And we can do great things because he is faithful. Mustard seed faith. God, it is all about putting your faith to work when you have your goals, but you have to make the decision to do that. You have to make the decision to move on those goals. You can't just write out, okay, for 2026, not only am I going to lose the weight, I'm going to get the house, I'm going to get the car, I'm going to get the man or the girl, and I'm just going to be happily ever after. You can't just write that down on your 2026 vision board and then just sit there and think it's going to happen. Tonight is about understanding that you have to make the decision to move forward. You have to make the decision to create your action plan and put your action plan to work. You have to make the decision to get busy and do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. You can't just write the vision, make it plain, and then sit and think God is just going to bless you with the vision because you wrote it and you made it plain. There are things that you have to do in order to get the things that he has promised you. That's what this is about. It's about activating your faith. It's about putting your faith in action. It's about moving. It's about doing the things you need to do to make your 2026 be what you want 2026 to be. What else are we going to talk about tonight? So much. So we've talked about visualizing your plan. We've talked about visualizing the outcome. And we've talked about the things you need to do to make your decision. So again, when you're making your decisions, you want to, again, pray for guidance. And sorry, I'm writing notes again, so forgive me for the pauses. So you want to pray for guidance, and that's scripture reference is James 1:5. So you're praying for guidance. You want to seek godly counsel. So again, when you're seeking your godly counsel is those people who are going to hold you accountable, those people who are going to align with how you live your life. Godly counsel is not that friend who tells you, oh girl, it's okay to cheat on your taxes, or oh girl, it's okay for you to do this XYZ PDQ, and it does not align with the values you're living and the and the walk that you're walking. That is not godly counsel. Godly counsel are those people who hold you accountable to your values. They hold you accountable to the the goals that you set for yourself. They hold you accountable to how you live your life. They hold you accountable to everything, every step that you take in alignment with the goals that you have set with yourself, that are in alignment with what God created you to do to meet your purpose. So again, seek godly counsel. Sorry, I thought I turned my phone off. My apologies, guys. So you want to seek godly counsel, and the scripture reference for that is Proverbs. Proverbs, can't see, 11 and 14. Once you seek godly counsel, you want to evaluate your motives. So let me sit right there for a moment. Evaluate motives. When I'm talking about evaluating your motives, what I'm talking about is, why are you doing the things that you're doing? You know, one of my things is, I tell my friends all the time: serve, laugh, love, live, laugh, love, serve. Why do we do the things that we do? Why do we serve? I just know inherently in me, I was put on this earth to be a blessing to other people. What does serving look like? Serving looks like, I may go to the store for a friend and buy groceries because I know someone doesn't have groceries. I may babysit because I know a sitter is needed because my friend got to go to work and she can't get the baby to the appointment. I may go and serve at a mission because there are people at the mission that need food, shelter, clothing. And if I go to the mission, I can help organize the clothing cabinet or the food pantry, or take donations in and sort them out, or get stuff in a manner where people can see it. I'm a caregiver. Caregivers, yes, caregivers. So why are you doing the things that you do? Question your motives. Are you doing it for your own selfish gain, or are you doing it because God placed in your heart that there are things that you need to do? Why do you do the things that you do? Why are you around the people that you're around? Why? So evaluate your motives. The scripture for motive evaluation is Proverbs 16 and 2. And the other thing about evaluating your motives, when you evaluate your motives, you keep yourself honest as well. There should never be a reason you're doing something out of selfish, vain reasons. You should always do things because that is what we are put here and called to do. We are all called here to serve and be a testimony and be of help to other people. We are all here for a specific reason. And then act with courage once your direction is found. So in other words, once you make your goal list, you set your priorities for the year, you got to move with conviction and courage. You got to move like you know that thing is going to happen. You got to move like you already know the outcome. Like I told you earlier, you want to visualize your outcome. How can you visualize the outcome if you don't even move like you know it's going to happen? So you have to know that it's going to happen. So act in courage and move accordingly. That's what I'm going to put in the notes. Any questions? I know I've been talking the whole time tonight, but putting the needs of others above your own. Exactly. That is why we should be evaluating our motives, because we need to put the needs of others before our own. There we go. So again, guys, I don't want to keep belaboring what we're talking about. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but you have to get clear on why you do the things you do. You have to get clear on what your goals are. You have to get clear on why these things are important to you. You have to get clear on the accountability it takes for you to achieve your goals. You have to get clear on all of this. This is why we spent the whole month talking about goal setting your 2026. And tonight we're talking about why it is so important, why it is so important for you to make a decision, and what did you decide to do. Once you wrote your goals down, did you decide that you're going to move forward with your goals? Or are you going to be one of those people who do a vision board every year and you don't do anything to achieve anything you put on your vision board? Like, does why even go through doing a vision board if you're not going to take the action to make it happen? So that's what we were talking about tonight. So questions, concerns, comments. um I a friend of mine this week said something to me, and I've been really thinking about what she the request that she put before me, and I will tell her, because she's on here tonight. It's in the works, sis. It's in the works. I've been really thinking about that this week, and I'm gonna make that happen, and it will happen before the end of the year. And it will be available to the public before the end of this year. So we will make that happen, Miss Tam. We will make that happen. I will make that happen. So all right, guys, that's it for tonight. Um, have your SMART goals, make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Um, write them down, set 90-day goals, create your action plan, visualize your outcome. Write your stuff down, make it plain so you can move with action and intention. Be intentional for yourself. Be intentional for yourself. I'm going to say that one more time because I'm talking to myself, and I'm talking to my mom and my queen. Mommy, we got to be intentional for ourselves. Ourselves. See, I'm up here using poor grammar. We have to be intentional for ourselves. Visualize, 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 guys. Yes, Tim, visualization is so important, because if you cannot even see yourself achieving it, is it really a goal that you need to have? Like, think about that for a second. If you can't see yourself at the finish line with that specific goal, is that really a goal that you should have? Or are you just, going back to motives, doing that because somebody else did it and you think you can do it too? Um be clear, guys, about your motives, and be clear about the goals that you set for yourself. If it's really for you, even though you have challenges, the Lord will still make a way for you to get that. I told you guys my 2025 was crazy. I was jobless, and then found a job, and then was jobless again. But even with the challenges that had happened in 2025, the Lord opened a door for a job that I'm currently in. And guys, I had no I did not look for that job. The recruiter found me. And I kept looking at the job description going, I can't do this. I can't do everything that they want me to do. And the recruiter was like, Adrian, I really think you could do this job. Um, and she was like, why don't I send it to you and you can have a moment to read it over, get your questions together, and we can have another talk about it. So I said, okay. I read over the job description. I wrote my questions down. And the next day, we had a chat about the job. And after we sat down and talked about the job, she said, do you want me to submit you for this job. And she had laid all of my concerns to rest. Um, and did I mention I had prayed about this call before I had the call with her? And the Lord told me, apply for the job. Um, so when she said, do you want me to submit you? I said, yeah, submit me for the job. Still in my head, I'm still going, God, are you sure you want me to apply for this? Because I haven't done some of this stuff in a minute, and I don't think I can do what they want me to do. And he just said to me, daughter, I got this. Apply for the job. Guys, I got the job. I started the job in December. I will never be bored. There's always going to be something for me to do. Um, it is stretching me in ways that I have not been stretched in over 20 years. Um, it is making me think about how to do things more efficiently, which is something that I'd love to do anyway. We all know my degree has always been in business. I've always been in some kind of legal capacity with my jobs. And this job is using all of my past experience, and it's retweaking the way I look at some other things that we do in our business practices. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is, if I couldn't visualize seeing myself have a job, because my family will tell you and my friends will tell you, one job I resigned from, the other job I was let go from, and the other job just showed up. um I was never in a position where I didn't think I was going to work. I knew I would have a job in 2025. I knew I would be working before 2025 ended. I always saw myself working in 2025. I never doubted not having a job in 2025. Now, did I feel like, okay, Lord, is it going to happen? Yes, I did feel like that. But I still visualized myself having a job before 2025 ended. I started this job December 2025. So, this is why it's so important for you to keep your goals, be flexible, keep people around you that can pray for you, encourage you, support you. Keep people around you that can lift you up and keep you sane in those moments that are so challenging. Visualize yourself meeting those goals that you set for yourself. Even if you don't know how you gonna reach it, you can still visualize it. If you cannot visualize it, I would suggest that that is not a goal that you should be setting for yourself, because the Lord is not going to give you the desire for something that he is not going to give you the things to meet it. So, with that said, I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. This is hump day. We've got Thursday and Friday left. Um, have a great week, guys. Any questions, concerns, hit me up. I've been answering people all week. Um, I've been posting things as people have been asking for different resources. We're trying to do a better job with posting those resources. It's easy for us to post them on Facebook. It's a little bit more difficult for us to post that on YouTube and Instagram. But when we figured that out, we'll do it. But right now, when you ask for resources, we post on our Convo with Nick and Pat page, which is on Facebook. Someone asked me, where are all of the videos? Facebook now deletes the videos after a month. So the videos are only on Facebook for a month. If you go and subscribe to our YouTube page, YouTube has all of our videos from the time we started the Convo um uh in 2024, I think was when we started. So, but all of the episodes are available on our YouTube channel. So you can search Convo with Nick and Pat. Um, and then you will find that there. Um, all of the videos are under our live feed or the playlist. And if you go to the playlist, you'll see each video for each month in the playlist that um, they're saved to for that month. They are on Instagram, but not all of them. And we've been trying to figure out how to curate them better in Instagram, but Instagram is not very friendly. So again, all of the videos are on YouTube in our playlist section. All minds clear. We'll see y'all next week, same time, same channel. And we will be back live on Fishbowl next week. The studio was just closed today because of the weather, but we chose to still go ahead and give content tonight. So we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Peace.